Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The act of contacting one thing with another. Repeated hitting raised a large bruise. Drive something violently into a location. He hit his fist on the table. Kill intentionally and with premeditation. Gain points in a game. He hit a home run. A conspicuous success. That song was his first hit and marked the beginning of his career. Hit with a missile from a weapon. Physics. A brief event in which two or more bodies come together. Make a strategic, offensive, assault against an enemy, opponent, or a target. Affect or afflict suddenly, usually adversely. We were hit by really bad weather. Reach a point in time, or a certain state or level. The thermometer hit 100 degrees. Encounter by chance. Cause to experience suddenly. An interesting idea hit her. The act of contacting one thing with another. Repeated hitting raised a large bruise. Produce by manipulating keys or strings of musical instruments. Reach a destination, either real or abstract. We hit Detroit by noon. Hit against. Come into sudden contact with. The car hit a tree. A connection made via the internet to another website. WordNet gets many hits from users worldwide. A dose of a narcotic drug. A murder carried out by an underworld syndicate. It has all the earmarks of a mafia hit. Baseball. A successful stroke in an athletic contest, especially in baseball. He came all the way around on Williams's hit. Cause to move by striking. Hit a ball. Deal a blow to, either with the hand or with an instrument. He hit her hard in the face. Hit the intended target or goal. Pay unsolicited and usually unwanted sexual attention to. He tries to hit on women in bars. The physical coming together of two or more things. Sensational in appearance or thrilling in effect. His striking good looks always created a sensation. The act of contacting one thing with another. Having a quality that thrusts itself into attention. A striking thing about Piccadilly Circus is the statue of Eros in the center. A distinguishing style. This room needs a woman's touch. Make a more or less disguised reference to. Consume. She didn't touch her food all night. The event of something coming in contact with the body. He longed for the touch of her hand. Be relevant to. A suggestion of some quality. There was a touch of sarcasm in his tone. Have an effect upon. The act of putting two things together with no space between them. At his touch the room filled with lights. Be equal to in quality or ability. Your performance doesn't even touch that of your colleagues. A communicative interaction. He got in touch with his colleagues. A slight attack of illness. He has a touch of rheumatism. Affect emotionally. I was touched by your kind letter of sympathy. The faculty by which external objects or forces are perceived through contact with the body, especially the hands. Only sight and touch enable us to locate objects in the space around us. Tamper with. Don't touch my CDs. To extend as far as. The chair must not touch the wall. A slight but appreciable amount. This dish could use a touch of garlic. Be in direct physical contact with. Make contact. The two buildings touch. The sensation produced by pressure receptors in the skin. She likes the touch of silk on her skin. Color lightly. Cause to be in brief contact with. He touched his toes to the horse's flanks. Comprehend. He could not touch the meaning of the poem. Deal with. Usually used with a form of negation. I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole. Deftness in handling matters. He has a master's touch. Make physical contact with. Come in contact with. She never touched her husband. Perceive via the tactile sense. Helen Keller felt the physical world by touching people and objects around her. The act of soliciting money, as a gift or loan. He watched the beggar trying to make a touch. The feel of mechanical action. This piano has a wonderful touch. The event of something coming in contact with the body. The act of putting two things together with no space between them. Arousing effect. His gratitude was simple and touching. The act of colliding with something. His crash through the window. Enter uninvited, informal. Let's crash the party. Hurl or thrust violently. Undergo damage or destruction on impact. The plane crashed into the ocean. Break violently or noisily, smash. Sleep in a convenient place. You can crash here, though it's not very comfortable. Stop operating. My computer crashed last night. A serious accident, usually involving one or more vehicles. They are still investigating the crash of the TWA plane. A sudden large decline of business or the prices of stocks, especially one that causes additional failures. A loud resonant repeating noise. Cause to crash. The terrorists crashed the plane into the palace. Computer science, an event that causes a computer system to become inoperative. The crash occurred during a thunderstorm and the system has been down ever since. Fall or come down violently. The branch crashed down on my car. Make a sudden loud sound. The waves crashed on the shore and kept us awake all night. Move violently as through a barrier. The terrorists crashed the gate. Move with, or as if with, a crashing noise. The car crashed through the glass door. Occupy, usually uninvited. My son's friends crashed our house last weekend. Undergo a sudden and severe downturn. The economy crashed. Pass away rapidly. Decrease rapidly and disappear. Travel through the air, be airborne. Man cannot fly. Run away quickly. Flap consisting of a piece of canvas that can be drawn back to provide entrance to a tent. Operate an airplane. An opening in a garment that is closed by a zipper or by buttons concealed under a fold of cloth. Baseball. A hit that flies up in the air. Be dispersed or disseminated. Rumors and accusations are flying. British informal. Not to be deceived or hoodwinked. Cause to fly or float. Fly a kite. Change quickly from one emotional state to another. Fly into a rage. Display in the air or cause to float. Fly a kite. Fisherman's lure consisting of a fishhook decorated to look like an insect. Hit a fly. Move quickly or suddenly. Transport by aeroplane. We fly flowers from the Caribbean to North America. Travel in an airplane. She is flying to Cincinnati tonight. Travel over, an area of land or sea, in an aircraft. Lindbergh was the first to fly the Atlantic. Two-winged insects characterized by active flight. Baseball. A hit that flies up in the air. Baseball. A hit that travels along the ground. Baseball. A hit that travels along the ground. Baseball. A hit that travels along the ground. Hit a ball in such a way so as to make it go a short distance. Fungus that destroys kernels of wheat by replacing them with greasy masses of smelly spores. Similar to Teletia caries. Disease of wheat characterized by replacement of the grains with greasy masses of smelly smut spores. To strike, thrust or shove against. Baseball. The act of hitting a baseball lightly without swinging the bat. Baseball. A hit that travels along the ground. Terrestrial plant-eating insect with hind legs adapted for leaping. A machine used for picking hops. Funnel-shaped receptacle. Contents pass by gravity into a receptacle below. Someone who hops. At hopscotch, the best hoppers are the children. Pull lightly but sharply with a plucking motion. Make or move along with a sound as of a horse's hooves striking the ground. Set something or oneself down with or as if with a noise. Drop steeply. Baseball. Hitting a baseball so that it drops suddenly. With a short hollow thud. A hollow twanging sound. Baseball. Hitting a baseball so that it drops suddenly. A very hard hit ball. An extremely hot day. A very hard hit ball. Someone who communicates vocally in a very loud voice. A sensational newspaper headline. Goose-like aquatic bird of South America having a harsh trumpeting call. Hit hard. He smashed a 3-run homer. A vigorous blow. A conspicuous success. That new Broadway show is a real smasher. A serious collision, especially of motor vehicles. The act of colliding with something. The fullbacks smash into the defensive line. With a loud crash. The car went smash through the fence. break into pieces, as by striking or knocking over. A hard return hitting the tennis ball above your head. Reduce to bankruptcy. The slump in the financial markets smashed him. Damage or destroy as if by violence. Humiliate or depress completely. The death of her son smashed her. Break suddenly into pieces, as from a violent blow. The window smashed. Collide or strike violently and suddenly. The motorcycle smashed into the guard rail. Hit, a tennis ball, in a powerful overhead stroke. Hit violently. She smashed her car against the guard rail. Overthrow or destroy, something considered evil or harmful. The police smashed the drug ring after they were tipped off. Brick that is laid sideways at the top of a wall. Horizontal beam used as a finishing piece over a door or window. A line of text serving to indicate what the passage below it is about. A framing member crossing and supporting the ends of joists, studs, or rafters so as to transfer their weight to parallel joists, studs, or rafters. A headlong jump, or fall. He took a header into the shrubbery. A machine that cuts the heads off grain and moves them into a wagon. Soccer. The act of hitting the ball with your head. An injury that doesn't break the skin but results in some discoloration. The action of bruising. The bruise resulted from a contusion.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.